Hi everyone, today in this video we are going to discuss about the adjustment of goodwill account. In previous video we have already learned how to calculate the new profit sharing ratio and sacrificing or gaining ratio. Now we are here with the another topic which is accounting for goodwill. As we know that goodwill is an intangible asset and accounting standard AS26 tells about the goodwill that goodwill should be recognized in the books only when consideration in money or money's worth has been paid for it. Without paid consideration goodwill, we cannot treat here. In case of change in profit sharing ratio, what would be happen here? The treatment of goodwill. Here, for the treatment of goodwill, we have to make a journal entry which is gaining partners, gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partners capital account. Sacrificing partners capital account. For the adjustment of goodwill, this entry we have to pass because in this chapter the profit sharing ratio is to be reconstituted. It means whenever we will reconstitute in the profit sharing ratio, at that time it may be that one of the partner may gain and another partner may sacrifice. So for the accounting of goodwill, here we have to do that for gaining partner compensate the sacrificing partner. So here we will do the gaining partners in debit side and the sacrificing partners in the credit side. If in question it is written that their capital is fixed capital, then we will use here gaining partners current account debit to sacrificing partners current account. If it is not given fluctuating capital, then in case of fluctuating capital, we will use gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partners capital account. Now see here with the help of an example, which is example, suppose A and B are partners here. Their profit sharing ratio is 3:2. Now they have decided to share their profit to share their profits or losses in equally or equal ratio, and the goodwill of the firm was valued at in question the goodwill value will be given here. Goodwill of the firm was valued at how much? 50,000 suppose. Then you have to calculate the sacrificing ratio or gaining ratio, and you have to pass the journal entry for the treatment of goodwill. Now first of all what we have to do, first of all we will calculate. Here old ratio is given. This is the old ratio. What would be the new ratio? New ratio of A and B would be equally 1:1. First of all we will calculate the sacrificing ratio. Sacrificing ratio of A, old minus new. Here LCM would be 10. 6 minus 5, 1/10. This is the sacrificing ratio. For B, 2/5 minus 1/2, 10, 4 minus 5, minus 1/10. This one is gaining, like this. Now what entry we will pass for the adjustment of goodwill? The entry we will pass for the adjustment of goodwill is gaining partners capital account debit to sacrificing partner's capital account. So here, who is gaining? B is gaining. We will pass entry. B is a capital account, debit to A is sacrificing. So A's capital account. This will be the journal entry. How much the amount of goodwill is here? The amount of goodwill is 50,000. Of 1 by 10, he is gaining how much ratio? 1 by 10. So here, what will be the amount of goodwill? 5,000. It means B will compensate 5,000 behalf of A. Here you can write the narration also, being goodwill adjusted in profit sharing ratio, like this. So this is all about the treatment of goodwill. In question, sometimes in question, what would be happen? The value of goodwill will not be given. If the value of goodwill will not be given, then first of all we will have to calculate the value of goodwill. Then after we will have to make the adjustment entry.